So recently I was looking for a shorts that I lost a while ago, and I was thinking, oh, I have to uh, uproot my wardrobe and take everything out and look around. And then I said, okay, in the presence of my I amness or my spiritual self, I quiet down the ego and I said, okay, I have it. I will find it some way, somehow. And I let it go. And mind you, these shorts have been missing for like 6 months or so. And because it wasn't a big deal to me, it was easy for me to quiet down the ego and just say that I have it. I will find it somehow, some way, somehow. And lo and behold, it was literally there where it's supposed to be, but it was hidden in other black clothes, so it was hidden in plain sight. But the five senses or the ego was unable to see it. And this is what I want to talk about in this video, that every single manifestation that I have achieved, I have noticed that at the end or at the somewhere along the line, I solely trust in the I am, and I let go of completely the egoic mental chatter of trying to make it happen, processes this, that, or the other. I completely let it go, and I completely say that I am will do the work, right? What is I am? I am is your awareness of being. There are so many books that I have read that point towards the same thing. There's this book called by The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, and he talks about the idea of there being an original substance. He calls it original substance. Napoleon Hill calls it the ether or the superconscious or the infinite intelligence. Neville Goddard calls it the Christ within, and there are so many names for it, but essentially it is your awareness of being, and the original substance is mind. There is only mind. There is only one mind, and that is the mind of God, as we say. And so you have part of it within you. And how does manifestation work? Well, how did God create anything, right? When there was nothing. Of course, there was no beginning or anything. God always have been and always will be. Consciousness is timeless and is always. But how would it create anything out of nothing, right? It would create it via imagination. And this is what Wallace D. Wattles points to as the original substance. The original substance is the mind. And you have that a part of it. It's not like a part. You are an individualized aspect of it. Just like a drop in the ocean. The drop is also the ocean, but it is also an individual unit of the ocean. So it's something like that. So the point is, God created anything from nothing via imagination, and then by becoming it, right? By imagining it as already being a fact. And you have that same original substance within you, the same Christ, the same infinite intelligence. You have you have all of it, but there are layers to it, right? It's a game of awakening and achieving higher and higher levels in consciousness and realizing yourself through experience. So the whole point I'm trying to make is, who manifests, who creates anything, and who creates anything from what? Right? Because if you have not noticed, this world is completely unexplainable. It's bollocks. Scientists are, their theory after theory, there is no explanation, to be honest. They're just theories. And it's unexplainable because it comes from nothing, right? And nothing cannot be explained. God cannot be explained because God is all and is everything and is infinite and unfathomable and unknowable. You can only know God by being, by imitating, as it says in the scripture that be ye the imitators of God as dear children, right? So the point is that God alone exists. There is only one original substance that exists. This original substance is everything and within you, which is aware of everything, and you are aware of yourself. And that is your I am. When you say I am, you say I exist. Now after I am, you can say I am hungry. So you are right now having an experience of hunger, so you exist as a hungry person. And it doesn't matter, because God created something from nothing. It didn't exist first, right? So God imagined it. There was no human, for example, so God imagined a human and God became. So whenever you say I am and you finish it with something and you imagine it and you have conviction for it, it becomes real. That's how something comes from nothing. This is how man has created anything, via imagination alone. So God alone exists. And now the point is, every single desire that I have manifested, it was ultimately giving up the I and letting it go into the hands of I am. And I would just naturally start having conversation from the lens of I am, right? I is the ego, while I am is who you truly are, right? Ego is necessary because I am this ego, and I am presenting myself, my unique self, to you from the lens of the ego. If ego didn't exist, we would all be just mind and blobs of consciousness, right? So ego is necessary in that way, but it becomes a great hindrance once you awake to who you really are, because you want to create. Everybody who comes to my channel, they want to have a deliberately create their life. That's the only reason why we are here. And once you get that desire, you have awakened to a higher level, then this lower level is a complete hindrance. So when I was looking for that short, mind was going crazy, like I need to take everything out of the wardrobe, rearrange it, reassign this, that, look everywhere, and probably maybe I will find it. While since I know who I am and I'm becoming more aware of it, and I'm making a commitment to be I am as I am more so each day, I realize that I am will find it for me. Somewhere, somehow I have it. And the other, literally the few days later, I wasn't looking for it. Okay, that's another thing, right? If you're looking for it, that means you don't have it, right? This is why people said don't look for signs, don't look for this or that, and just trust in I am. So I just randomly opened the wardrobe and it was there. And I was like, wow, 6 months of trying to look for it and it is not there, and now I look for it, it's literally there. What are the odds? Because that's how awareness works. And so the point is that become aware of I am and become aware of that original substance that has given you everything. Literally your body is being operated by that I am awareness. You are not regulating your heartbeat, you are not healing your wounds, you're not, everything that you have is you have because of I am. Now ego will say, oh, but I work hard for it, but I this. No, okay, no. All the jobs that I had in my life, I did not apply for them. I got 2 jobs. The very first job, I applied for it. But I have worked 4 jobs in so far, and 3 out of 4 were, they found me. They were given to me because I was having this inner conversation that I always get what I want. I always get money, I always get jobs, and money always comes to me. So it came to me. My wife, I would have never imagined to marry somebody from another country, from so far away. I never imagined to be in Russia. But once I saw her, and that from there I made the imaginal act that Neville Goddard said. And I started imagining being here, and here I am. And there were so many unexplainable and uncontrollable things that I could have never ever, when I say I'm talking about the ego. I would have never devised the means for me to be here right now and married and have the things that I have. I would have never been able to do that. So anybody who says that I have worked hard, no, you may have worked hard, but there are so many cogs and things going around. So many people have to make certain decisions for you to have the job that you have, for you to have the house that you have. So many people have to work perfectly to get the building going, get the labor, the technicians, the skilled people. There are so many things that are beyond I's control. So it is all by the grace of I am. And what you can ever take credit for is the fact that you had a vision and you stuck with it. That's it. That is it. Every single biography of some super successful person, you will find that they stuck with the vision. And everything else, all of a sudden somebody would come and help them with the money and buy, the garage for them to work in, or some anonymous donor will come and buy all the cakes from the factory. There are so many stories where out of the blue this thing happens. Just like out of the blue, the short was there, probably, or maybe not, I don't know, for 6 months. But when I assumed that I have it, I found it, I just opened the wardrobe, and where I look every single day, now I find it. And I wasn't looking for it. So when you stick with the vision and you say that I am that I am, I'm already that. This is why Neville Goddard and all these books, metaphysical books, always tell you that you already have what you want, you have to claim it. Well, who has it? Not the I, not the ego. Ego is of this world, it doesn't have anything. It's I am, which is the drop in the ocean, but is also the ocean. It contains everything in the original substance of God. So when you say I am wealthy, for example, or I am healthy, and you look and the bills are still there and you're not feeling healthy, well, that's I that is not feeling healthy, or that's I that is feeling poor. You are not that. That's just an illusory self that is necessary for sort of moving in this world. But when you say I am and something, you speak from your original substance, the Christ within. And again, I am, after you imagine, whatever you say I am this, then you imagine it, and that is when you've already created it. Now if you just stick with the vision, it will be done for you in ways that as I explained, can never be devised by the I. The I is impotent. As Neville Goddard says, you must accept the personal impotence. Why it is important? Because it takes the burden away from you, and it lets the I am, who actually does all the work, do its thing. And then you stop looking and you trust in it, and you feel good, and you walk in your life with confidence and with appreciation for all that you have, and more is coming, this expectant awareness, and then it just shows up. Things just start showing up, and it just works out. And this is how it works. And I guess the point of this video is become aware of I am and start to see the world from the lens of I am. And I am is perfection, and I am is all that is, and I am has all that is. So the more you do it, the more things just effortlessly flow into your world, because that's what I am is. It's literally the creative medium or substance, or the original substance of God. That's what God does. God imagines and becomes and experiences. So all that I have now is by the great works of I am, not I. And secondly, whenever I have sort of I know when something will manifest when I stop worrying about it and trust that I am has taken over and it is done, and my inner conversations start to flow from the lens of I am, and then I know that it is done, and I do nothing after that. So the point is to stay with I am rather than the I, and you will see things being effortlessly flowing in your world, and manifestation will be on autopilot rather than you managing everything. Who micromanages? Not God. It's the human self. So let it go and let God, as Florence Scollin says. So I have an announcement to make. Tomorrow I will have a live stream of Zoom call, sort of like a mastermind, where you guys can ask me any questions, and we will have a face-to-face discussion, and we will discuss all things Neville. And this is my initiative where I want to grow it into like a proper mastermind where like-minded people can come together, and we can all keep each other accountable and keep each other in the perfect state of being, you know, keep aligned to I am more so each day. And so if you are interested in that, it's in the membership channel. The link is in the description, and I will see you there.